Hey guys, and welcome back for today's unboxing video. I got a couple of boxes in the past couple of days, maybe weeks, which I think will be containing pretty cool comics to show you guys. So thinking about making it 2 videos, and I'm going to be starting off with this little bundle right here. This bundle was purchased in a city called Arnhem in Holland at a, well, I guess you could call it a comic store, but it's more like a European strip bookstore, I guess. European comics bookstore. But they also had some short boxes with American comics in there. And I came across a couple of comics. I saw one of the Dutch vloggers, YouTube channels, visiting that store, and they went through the boxes, and I thought, well, maybe there might be something in there which is interesting for me as well. So I came across this pile, and to start off with this comic, Book of the Dead. I've never heard of the series, but it's got a story with the men thing in it as well. So I thought, why not just grab this one? So Book of the Dead issue number 2. I found the Savage Dragon issue number 31. I used to own this one, and I used to have the explicit version of it, because Eric Larson always doing whatever he wants in his Savage Dragon stories. There was this confrontation between God and the devil, which is of course in America kind of a what do you call it, controversial, but there's also like a swear word in it, and this is the revised version where it says where is it? Don't fuck with God, but it's with those little symbols, and I think that in the original publication it would actually say fuck in there. It does say it's the first printing, but I'm pretty sure that it's not, but I could be mistaken there. But I was missing this issue from my Savage Dragon collection, and well, it being a not dedicated comic book store, the comics are not in like the best shape you would wish for, but yeah, it's got some little dings and some spine ticks in there, as you can see right here. But overall it's still in a pretty good shape, I think, and it's a nice addition to the gap I had in my collection, so that's pretty cool. And then we have a couple of Spawn issues. Issue number 269 with a bit of damage here, but I didn't have this issue yet, so I gladly picked it up. And 270, and I think both of these are variant covers. And issue number 316 and 325. More recent issues of Spawn, and 326 and 327. .333 and 343. And then we have a Lobo, an American Gladiator, issue number 3. And issue number 4. And the classic X-Men, issue number 30. And I do think I already have this one, but with it having a lot of white on it, the one I own might be a little bit more brownish, so I'm going to compare the two, and if I don't need it, I might be able to make someone else happy with it. So that's it for this little pile, and now for the other comics, which should be pretty cool. Now this little package I got in today from another seller on Facebook who is called Randy Musselman, and I've known him for quite some time now through Facebook. He used to buy comics from my Facebook page, and he had some doubles in his collection and he wanted to sell those, so I told him, well, come and sell them on my page. And he kind of liked doing that, so he started his own comic, his own page on Facebook, or a group on Facebook, where he sells more exclusive comics and also back issues. So I'll post the page somewhere in this video, and you guys can join it if you like. Of course, as always, mostly interesting for people in Europe, but with those exclusives, it might even be interesting for people in the whole world. I have no idea how to open this one. Probably here. It's been very creative with this package. What the hell? Actually, I think this is Randy's package. I think this one's Randy's package, and this one is a different package, because I can feel that there's a graded comic in here. So it's probably going to be from a different seller, and this one's going to be very exciting for me, at least. And so I came across this one on the auction site, which I visit very often, and I just couldn't resist in buying this one. It's a crazy low issue of the Uncanny X-Men, issue number 3. Graded as a 5.5, which is pretty high for comics as old as this one is. It's 1964, January 1964, so this is my oldest X-Men comic. And I think that below issue number 10 you should be happy with a 5.5. Of course, higher grades are always better, more welcome, but a 5.5 of issue number 3 is, I think, pretty special. It's the first appearance of the Blob, Fred Dukes. Jack Kirby and Paul Ryman have done the art. Of course, I cannot show you the interiors. I could, I'd have to open it up, but I'm actually very much considering leaving this one encased. I will probably cover the story somewhere down the line eventually, and then I will know the full story, but as for now, I'm keeping this one enclosed. So yeah, very cool, very nice to have this one. And as for Randy's package, who was a lot less creative than the previous seller, this should be easy to open up, I guess. And I honestly don't know which comics are going to be in here. Small bundle. With this having an US Post service package, I might be mistaken that this one's Randy's package as well. So I don't know what's going to be inside. We might have reused this, recycled this, that could be the case as well. Oh yeah, so these are very much Randy's comics. Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 74. Of course, featuring The Thing. And issue number 70. Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing. I'm expecting this to be some kind of homage to a movie. I don't recognize it, and I think this might be a one-shot. Then we have the Micronauts issue number 12. And Marvel Fanfare issue number 16. So yeah, that's it for the comics from Randy. I will post the Facebook page somewhere during this unboxing. Now, as for this one, it's from a seller in Holland as well, and I buy from him quite regularly. And these should be pretty cool classic comics as well. namely now these ones were purchased from a guy called Mark, and he's got his own web shop as well, Art of Comics, and he sells art of comics like the full pages and consignments as well. The things he had up for sale in the auction at the auction site were Amazing Adventures featuring the Beast, issue number 13 and 14. And I was able to snatch these for a pretty low price, I think. Yeah, extra happy with these. Now, with me being a big fan of Marvel's Mutants, of course I have to have these. And these can get pretty expensive, especially the key issues of this series, and I'm just happy to have these two comics. And as for this one, and once again a typical case of I can't resist, and I came across these also on the auction site, with me liking team books a lot, like Fantastic Four, Avengers, Defenders, New Mutants, X-Men, and with these being very old and low issues, not in the best of shape. I mean, they are not going to be 5.5s like the Uncanny X-Men issue number 3 was. Still, I think they are going to be very nice additions to the collection, and they will be my oldest Avengers comics as well. Same for the X-Men comic. They are these came in from Finland, and the packaging is pretty decent. I would have preferred it to be a little bit more sturdy, but they came over in an unharmed way. It's very much preferred, of course. Let me see how I can open this. And as I said before, they are damaged, but they are very old, and I'm just happy to have these. They are Avengers issues number 2 and issue number 3, and I could already tell from the pictures that this one has a big fold right here through the middle, and this one has a big fold as well. Apart from that, they do look pretty decent. Of course, some crusty spine ticks right here, but comics from somewhere in 1963, I think. They are still in a very decent shape, I think. It's just too bad about the color breaking. If it had not been color breaking, I could have probably pressed it out, but it is color breaking. So yeah, we got the Avengers issue number 2, so that's very old. Like I had to go pretty deep with this one, with the bidding part, but yeah, judging from pictures, it's always a bit tough, of course, because you can't really see all the defects in there. The pages are a little bit yellowish. Apart from that, they look pretty good. No big tears or anything. So yeah, it's a classic Avengers team with Thor, the Hulk. I think the Hulk might actually quit in this issue. Iron Man, not Captain America yet, because he's going to be joining in issue number 4. Giant Man, the Wasp, and I think that's, oh yeah, this is where the Hulk leaves. So yeah, issue number 2 of the Avengers, that's pretty amazing. So, yeah. And here we have issue number 3 as well, with the return of the Hulk, joined by Namor the Submariner. Now this one does seem to have a lot of wrinkles in there. I don't think it's from moist. liquid. But this one does have a lot more damage on the top of the cover, right there, and on the side right here. I think this is not, yeah, I think it's just wrinkliness and not from liquid damage. I'd be able to press that out, but still there's pretty big crusty spine ticks right there. Also drawn by Jack Kirby, featuring the Fantastic Four a little bit, X-Men. Yeah, the interiors look pretty good. I have to say that it's basically only the covers which are in a pretty poor state. The interiors are very nice. And I'm just very happy to own these. I mean, issues number 2 and number 3 of the Avengers is pretty amazing. Yeah, the back cover is pretty busted up as well. But still. So we got some pretty cool classic comics here. This is number 2 and 3 of the Avengers. This is number 3 of the Uncanny X-Men, which is crazy to own this. Amazing Adventures featuring the Beast, issues number 13 and 14. Then some more recent issues, like somewhere in the late 80s, maybe early 80s. I think late 80s. Maybe early 80s, I don't know. From Randy, and yes, this pile of comics which I bought at the store. Book of the Dead, Savage Dragon, some Spawn, some Lobo, and the classic X-Men. But not as classic as this X-Men. Very happy with this. I just want to share that with you guys. Thank you guys for joining, and see you guys for the next video, which will be dropping. I had no idea when. I don't think I have anything on the way, so it might be a while. But it gives me time to work on a script for one of the storytelling videos. I'm working on Uncanny X-Men 145 right now, so hopefully it won't take that long to drop, and I hope you guys will join me in that one. Thanks for joining, and see you guys for the next video. Later.